So, you've probably seen ChatGPT write a silly poem or maybe summarize an article. But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. Today, we're going to cut right through the hype and look at how this technology is actually changing entire industries and professions. Like right now. Let's dive in.
Here's our game plan. We're going to start in the classroom, then we'll head into the office, the science lab, and even look at the services you use every day. Then we'll zoom all the way out to see the big picture. You're going to see how the stakes get higher and higher with each step.
And that brings us to the big question for today, right? We hear so much about it doing homework. But what if the real story here is how this tool is fundamentally rewiring the way pros in totally different fields get their jobs done? Well, let's find out.
Okay, first up, education. Yeah, a lot of people just see it as a way for students to take shortcuts. But what's really happening is that teachers and schools are finding some seriously clever ways to use it as a legitimate, powerful teaching tool. What's so wild is just how flexible this thing is in universities. I mean, this is not a one-size-fits-all situation. For STEM students, it's acting like a lab partner, helping them code and even design hardware. Then you hop over to the humanities, and it's a tool for debating and digging into super complex texts. And in health sciences, it's helping students practice clinical situations and even cram for tough exams like biostatics. And it is absolutely not just for the students. For teachers, it's like having a teaching assistant who never sleeps. It can handle all that prep work, like drafting lesson plans and quizzes, but it also works directly with students, acting as a language coach, giving instant feedback, which is a total game changer. It can even become a personal tutor that adapts to how each individual student learns.
Okay, so if that's how it's shaping the next generation of professionals, what about the people already in the workforce? Well, it turns out, from the campus to the cubicle, ChatGPT is clocking in as the new digital coworker.
And we're not just talking about, helping write an email anymore. We are seeing it used for really specific high-skill tasks that are at the core of what people do for a living. It's becoming a specialized instrument woven right into their day-to-day.
And the range is just staggering. In a law office, it's a research assistant. For a software developer, it's writing automated tests. It's even being used in HR to help build better hiring systems, and in accounting to take over the boring stuff so people can focus on the important work. We're even seeing engineers use it too to get maintenance advice on massive industrial machines. The key here isn't any single one of these tasks, but the incredible adaptability of the tool.
Now, this is a perfect example of that human-AI teamwork in action. Writing a grant proposal is a beast of a task. It's super complex, super time-consuming. But now, a researcher can use the AI to create the outline, draft the tedious parts, and even help phrase their own qualifications to fit exactly what the grant is looking for. It just streamlines the whole process so the human expert can focus on the actual science.
All right, now we're going to raise the stakes. We're leaving the office and heading into the lab and the clinic. These are places where being accurate isn't just about being efficient. It can literally be a matter of life and death.
In these critical fields, the key is that ChatGPT is being tested very, very carefully. It's not there to replace doctors or scientists, but to give them a kind of superpower to help them process huge amounts of information and support their decision-making. Some of these applications are just mind-blowing. On the research end, it's helping with drug discovery by analyzing molecules, but it's also getting closer to patient care. It's being tested to give immediate advice for things like a dental emergency, and in mental health, it's being explored as a tool to help professionals assess suicide risk. I mean, the potential here is just massive.
And if you had any doubt about its level of knowledge, get this. The more advanced version, GPT-4, has actually passed highly specialized medical exams. And we're not talking about easy stuff here. We're talking about exams in fields like neurosurgery and infection control. It's a stunning demonstration of its ability to understand and use expert-level information.
Okay, so we've been in these very specialized, high-stakes fields. Let's pull back now and look at the services that you and I interact with every single day. Because here, the technology is changing everything about how we create, communicate, and buy things.
A lot of this is happening behind the scenes. You might be interacting with this kind of AI and not even know it. It's becoming this invisible engine that's powering customer service chats, product recommendations, and all sorts of content across the internet. And look at the variety here. It's personalizing our lives, from creating a custom travel itinerary to giving you tailored investment advice. It's also reshaping creative jobs, helping journalists sharpen their pitches, and helping marketing teams brainstorm new campaigns. It's basically becoming a universal tool for any industry that needs to talk to its customers.
This quote from the research really just nails it. The whole point isn't just to make things faster. It's to make digital services more innovative, more useful, and, this is the key part, more natural. To make technology feel a little less like technology and a little more human. All right, for our last section, let's zoom all the way out. We've seen all these specific examples, but what does it all mean when a tool this powerful gets woven into the very fabric of society? Now, this might be the most surprising application of all. It's being tested as a civic tool. That means governments and politicians are experimenting with it to simulate policy debates, to get a better sense of political trends, and even to get help drafting new laws. Its influence is reaching all the way into how we're governed. But, and this is a huge but, it's not a magic bullet. The research is very clear that this is a double-edged sword. For every amazing potential, there's a serious pitfall. Relying on it too much can lead to automation bias, where we just blindly trust what it says. All that personalization raises huge ethical and privacy questions. And because it learns from us, it can pick up and even amplify our worst stereotypes. So that leaves us with one final and I think really important question. As a tool like this gets integrated into everything, what are the human skills that become even more valuable? Maybe it's things like critical thinking, ethical judgment, true creativity, and empathy. As AI handles more of the technical stuff, those uniquely human abilities might just become our greatest asset. And that's something for all of us to think about.